You've been told it's a scam, a ripoff, a slow growth dinosaur that only benefits the insurance company. But here's what most people miss. Whole life insurance, when structured right, is not just about death, it's about control. And the people who know that are winning. My name's Anthony Brister, and I'm a tax and asset protection attorney. This is the Wealth Planning Podcast with Brister Law, and today we're talking about why whole life insurance is not a scam. Most financial advice is built on either or thinking, right? You can have growth or you can have guarantees. You can have liquidity or legacy, cash now or cash later. But what if you didn't have to choose? What if you could build a system that gives you all of it? So when my mom passed away, she didn't have a will, she didn't have a plan. Our family fought over everything. They even fought at the funeral. And I learned early that hope is not a strategy. And now I build plans so no family has to go through what mine did. A doctor came in with a fast-growing dental practice, and he was investing a lot in real estate, very interested in it. And he told me, whole life insurance, I've been told that's a scam, but I showed him how we could store tax advantage cash, protect his family, and fund deals, all with one strategy. Now he calls it his opportunity fund. This isn't your grandma's policy. We're not talking about slow growth, high commission junk. This is engineered for cash flow, built for control, built for liquidity, and built for real life. This isn't just insurance. It's a cash flow system that gives you guaranteed growth, controlled leverage, tax-free access, and you're still leaving a legacy. You're not picking death or wealth, you're choosing both. And one thing about death is that we're all guaranteed to die at some point. So things that life does that the market can't, or life insurance does that the market can't. One is the tax-free growth. Now I know you can invest in a Roth IRA, right? But generally, if you're just going to have and invest in a taxable brokerage account, that's not going to be tax-free growth, right? And then we've got guaranteed compounding within the life insurance policy. You can also borrow against it without interrupting the growth. Most people get this wrong when they're thinking about building wealth. Most people will stop compound interest, sell an asset to go buy another one, right? Or they'll liquidate their savings to go buy an asset, stopping that growth on the savings. This is different in that you don't have to interrupt the compounding to borrow against it. Just like a stock portfolio or real estate investment, you can leverage it. Now, you can't do that in an IRA or a 401k. You can take a loan against your 401k, but that does stop the compounding interest. So what good is a 10% ROI if you can't touch it when a deal pops up, or you can't touch it until you're 65, right? If you've got to beg a banker to borrow your own money, probably not going to be making the most of all the opportunities that come up to you. Liquidity beats rate of return, and most people are so focused on that rate of return, and they're not actually saving enough. 100% of zero is still zero, right? Because control really is how wealth is created, you got to start thinking about how you can control more of your money. So I had a real estate investor with 3 properties in different states, and she came to me, she was very stressed. What if I had a bad month? I'm cash poor but equity rich. So we designed a policy for her that gives her instant liquidity, long-term protection, and a probate-free estate strategy that now her family feels secure about, and her cash is never stuck. I had another client who had millions in real estate, but no system. Cash was just parked, sitting in between the walls of the building, no tax plan, no liquidity. After our equity audit, we moved some of the capital into the policy that first protected his legacy with a death benefit, then second, gave him a place to store his cash to access it when he needs it, and lets him collateralize it for his own deals. Now he's in control and not the bank when it comes to financing some of these deals. So control is the real return on investment when I'm thinking about growing wealth. The question isn't what's the interest rate, it's do you have access to your money when it matters? The rich don't chase just super high ROI, they chase options and control, and this is what it gives you. If you're getting pitched no cash value for 3 years, max commissions, no integration with your trust or entity structure, then you might be getting scammed. But don't blame the strategy, blame the structure. High net worth families take it a step further too. They borrow against these policies from the first day. The cash value they use, or the loan against the cash value they use to buy assets, and those assets repay the loan. Now they built tax-free wealth with other people's money, and that's what we call strategic leverage. Look, this isn't the only strategy, but if you're earning, saving, or building a business, it's one of the few places you can store capital and access it without the IRS or Wall Street pulling strings. Legacy planning isn't for just the rich people, it's for smart people. Your policy can be the key to avoid probate, fund your taxes, and protect your family tree while creating a legacy that you dreamed about. It's a letter to your kids that says, I thought ahead. If you want to create liquidity, build tax-free wealth, fund investments without having to go beg the banker to get approved, you don't need a pitch, you need a blueprint. So DM me the word life and I'll send you a free guide, or email admin@bristertaxlaw.com, the word life, and we'll send you a free guide to designing your own personal opportunity fund. Whole life isn't the scam. The scam is not understanding how money really works. The scam is being told to give up control, delay your freedom, and die with a big tax bill. This is how you fight back with structure, with vision, and with a system. If you found this video helpful at all, please subscribe and share with your friends. My name is Anthony Brister, and this is a Wealth Planning Podcast with Brister Law. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.